Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wild Wednesday, where we share words of wisdom. Today's topic: take out the time to declutter. Take out the time to declutter. My sister and the Lord, both of us, we were talking about this topic, and I just really felt in my spirit we need to really just kind of, open up with this discussion on today. Now, if you don't know what declutter is, let me give you a definition of the word. It means to remove unnecessary items from an untidy or overcrowded place. If we can sit here and just kind of ponder over our life, what's going on in our spaces, we can say that we have some areas where we need to declutter. All right, now the word unclutter, I decided to give you the definition for this one too. And it means to prioritize or place things in an orderly fashion. And so we find ourselves wrestling with this. Many of us that are busy, and my child is in the background, so you will hear noise. Now, many of us are busy. We work, then we come home, we work, and work is never done. But some things are put off. Some things you just can't deal with at that moment. Some things you focus on much later, because you're trying to address the major issues in your life. That's what happens when you're living. Our parents used to tell us, live a little. Then you'll realize what we're talking about. But we didn't concern ourselves with much of anything because we were children, of course. When you're children, you don't think about bills. You don't think about things that are important. You just think about playing and, spending your parents' money and all those good things and just enjoying life. But how many of you know that you will get to a place in your life where you will become, like we are adults, because most of you all are listening, you're adults. And now you have responsibilities. Now you have the weight of not just your weight of the things that's going on inside of you, or that's going on around you, but you will have other people to consider outside of yourself, whether it is your children, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your parents and you're taking care of them, whether it's your sister or brother's children, you're taking care of them, or whoever you're taking care of. You would have to be concerned about someone else's needs apart from your own. And at times it gets to a point where you are so full of things that are on your plate that it is time, and now is the time to declutter. Okay? Declutter our minds, declutter our hearts, declutter our soul, because we have so much stuff that's been attached to us from years and years of just experiences and storms and tests and trials and things that has happened to us. It has accumulated over the years, and we need to actually declutter. We need to declutter our houses. We need to declutter our lives, in terms of what's going on around us. Some people, they have so much email, they can't even get to the main emails. So you got to sort through all these papers. Papers are so stacked up till, it almost hits the ceiling because you just got so much stuff going on. And it's time. We have been in quarantine. We have been away from our norm for a little while. It is time to declutter. It is time to face the music. We are full of stuff. We are full of stuff, and it's time to declutter our lives. Declutter our lives. All right, now, let me go into some things that you feel when you don't, when you're having things that are chaotic in your life and you need to declutter. These are some things that you feel, or some emotions that you feel in the process, because it can get a little emotional. You get a little angry sometimes. You can feel a little anxious because things are need to be decluttered in your life. You get overwhelmed. You get anxiety. You get depressed sometimes because it's so unsurmountable that you don't know where to start, you don't know where to begin, you don't know, you just don't know. So it just comes a little overwhelming to you, and you get into these emotions. Sometimes you just can't seem to get it together. You know, I remember a lady that I used to talk to. She used to tell me, "Get yourself together." And she wasn't meaning it towards me, but she was just telling all of her clients that. And I thought about that. I said, we need to get ourselves together, especially us women, because we trying to balance everything out, and sometimes it's just so overwhelming that we just don't have time to take out for little old us, little old me. I got issues, I got struggle, I got things I have to deal with, taking care of my health, my body, my skin, my teeth, my hair, my this, my that, and it's just so much. You got to declutter. You got to find a balance. You got to find the place where you can feel whole again. You know what I'm saying? So your mind, body, soul, and spirit, everything lining up and being balanced. Now, sometimes, like I said, you get to a point where you feel like you're losing your mind because you got so much going on. I got 8 people I'm dealing with, y'all. 8 people. My husband is included in that number. And sometimes it can get to that point. I'm like, oh God, I don't ever get time for me. By the time it's time for me, it's time to go to bed. So I'm wrestling with all of that. Then you feel helpless, you feel angry and frustrated because you can't get stuff done. And you always seem like you're trying to beat the clock. You're trying to beat the clock, and that time just escapes you. It's escaping you. And we got to find our balance. We got to find that place where we can just rest in God, have that wholeness, have that peace that surpasses all understanding. But we got to get this junk out of our lives, people. We got to get this clutter away from us. We got to declutter in every area of our life. Declutter. All right? Now, as a result of us decluttering our lives, we're uncluttering things, we're putting things in perspective, we're putting things in the proper places, we're prioritizing, we're understanding that, hey, what's important is important. We deal with it and we address those other issues as well so that we can get balanced and get whole again. Who doesn't want balance? Who wants to live in chaos and panic and anxiety and fear all the time? Nobody wants to live like that. So we got to have our balance, y'all. Ladies, we got to get our balance. Men, we got to get this balance now. All right, now, the result of us decluttering our lives, we began to feel less anxious. We will have more peace. We will have more confidence. We will have stronger decision-making skills, because when you got so much going on, you can't think straight. You can't even formulate your ideas well. You don't even know how to plan your day because you got so much going on. You got so many things attacking you at one time. And so you got to find a way to balance all that stuff out so you can think clearer. You can have stronger decision-making skills. It helps to free up your mind. Who wouldn't want to have your mind freed up? We got enough going on. We don't need a whole lot of other stuff going on. That this just needs to be balanced, and that's all we need is the balance. You want to feel good about yourself. That's a result of when you declutter your life, your homes, and areas where you don't want nobody to go. When you declutter in all those places, you start feeling good about yourself, feeling good about the space where you're in, whether it's on your workplace, whether it's at home, wherever. The less stressful you will feel. You don't want to come home to stress. You don't want to come home to burdens, and you don't want to go to work with stress and burdens. If your work area is stress free and clutter free, boy, you're gonna be doing an awesome job. Now, I'm gonna throw out some things that I'm having issues with because sometimes it helps to hear other people's struggles. I have problems with collecting stuff. I collect lotions and clothes, hair products, and books. I have a lot of that kind of stuff at my home, and I do need to declutter. I focus on other people's clutter, like my kids, and not focus on my own stuff. A lot of times because I'm not gonna say I don't want to do it, but it's just that I don't have the time to focus on my own stuff because I'm worried about everybody else's stuff. That's an issue I have too. And then my time escapes me. I'm always working with time, or time is working against me, or something is happening in that area. But those are areas I need to work on. I want you to focus on some things that you need to work on in terms of declutter. And my pet peeves, I'm gonna throw these out too. I don't like dirty floors, tables, a smelly house, and I'm very detail oriented. So sometimes, when you don't have all those things wrapped up the way it's supposed to, it can get overwhelming for you because those are the things that you just don't like. But if you just focus on decluttering and you focus on those areas that you know you need to work on, you will have a much balanced life. You will be more peaceful. You will be more happy. You won't be as stressed if we just focus on those things. All right, this is our Wild Wednesday. I'm sorry I had to rush, but you all be blessed, be encouraged, and be inspired. Love you. Bye bye for now.